I was 27. I got really, really bad chickenpox, like very severe. Doctors were pretty concerned. I had lesions from my head to toe. Yeah, even there.
Because I've never known anybody to have adult chickenpox. You're the first person I ever have come across.
So
I mean, it's
I was
not
the
like a
first
topic
person
of
I'd come
conversation,
across.
right? Like you go to a house party and you're like, have you ever had adult chickenpox? Or like, how old were you when you got chickenpox?
It was gnarly. On the second visit to the emergency room, the doctor said to me, if you get dizzy, you need to call an ambulance because that means that your spinal cord is infected. He was like, that's the greatest danger of adult chickenpox, apparently, is that like the virus gets into your spine. He's like, it's extremely rare, but like if that happens, like that's not possible with kids, but it is with adults. And when I heard that, I was like, great. And then like 2 days later, I just head to toe in these things. Maybe I'll put a picture up on the video. But actually, we might get like banned from YouTube if we did that.
Didn't you have to stay in your flat for like 3 weeks?
I did not leave my flat in London for at least 4 weeks, I want to say. Because once it heals up, imagine tiny little scabs all over your body.
Oh my
and think about how long it
gosh.
takes for a scab to go away. So
What did you do for like food?
I would order in a lot, and eventually like I would start walking to the grocery store like with scarves on and stuff, and because even my face, like I would see the look on people's face when they looked at me and they'd be like,
Oh, that's sad.
it was gnarly.
But you know, as you were telling the story, I was also thinking, because we weren't dating then, and when you got chickenpox, you had just gotten a new job and they fired you.
Yeah, that's another good story. So it was my second day. The first day on the job, I started feeling pretty bad. I just pushed through the day, and turns out that was the beginning of chickenpox. And on the second day, I woke up, I couldn't even lift my head off the pillow. Like the virus was making me overheat, and it was awful. And I emailed them. In fact, I called them and I said, look, I know it's my second day, but I'm like super ill. I can't come in. And they were like, don't worry about it. We understand, like these things happen. And about 3 hours later, I had an email from the HR people saying, we've terminated your employment effective immediately.
Which is so crazy. Did they give a reason? Or was it literally just because you had chickenpox?
Well, they didn't actually give me a reason. Basically, the lady just said to me, these things happen all the time and would rather address it sooner rather than later. Like assuming that I was like bailing on my second day. Yeah. And I even spoke to a lawyer about wrongful dismissal, and he basically said to me the cost of taking him to court wouldn't be worth what you would win.
Yeah.
And he just said, like, nothing you can do about it. They paid me for the month, and I'm so glad I never worked there because what a bunch of...
Chickenpox.
What a bunch of chickenpox.